David Hill of the Lisa Stayed and Hitler Obsessed YouTube channels with part 2 on my review of Anastasia. Now, back to what I was saying about Rasputin. Uh, Rasputin did, cause, Alexei the Tsarevich of, Russia, the heir to the Russian thrones, uh, hemophilia, pain that would get if he got like a little cut or whatever, that wasn't a bad thing. But if he got a bruise, that would cause a lot of swelling and clotting of build up of his blood in the joints and stuff. You know, the area that he got bruised or whatever. If he fell down, it would cause him a lot of pain. So when Rasputin first turned up, he performed whatever healing he did of the kid. And he said the salvage will live. He will survive. He will recover. And eventually, Alexei did recover, and the royal family, the Romanovs of the last Tsar Nicholas II, was pretty much disbelieved. Rasputin said, "You know, this guy's a saint. He's a hero. He's a man of God. We'll call him if we need him." Knowing Alexei Tsarevich, he thought he was just like any other boy and was just, fun and games until he fell down and ended up in pain. Uh, Somehow the parents probably really didn't explain to him how his sickness makes him different than other boys, but I can understand. My parents with my Asperger's syndrome didn't want to shelter me, let me be as regular kids, but yet they were kind of more biased, bigoted. So, oh, he could have my parents. I mean, that's what Alexa could have. He could have mine. They wouldn't just shelter him, but probably a bit bigoted to him. So, don't discriminate hemophiliacs, don't discriminate Aspies, I guess. Well, this, video. But yeah, while Saul and Nicholas II was away, during the fighting of World War One, he did appoint Rasputin as his, the advisor. He let, actually, Alexandra be the one that controls the affairs of state in the government while he's gone fighting at the battlefield. And Alexandra made Rasputin, whose full name is Gregory Ivanovich Rasputin, her advisor at the time. And he would always try to appoint people he liked that supported him and liked him into positions of power, while also removing those he didn't like or didn't like him. And eventually Tsar Nicholas got word of this and said, Rasputin's to be thrown out and banished back to, his village in Siberia there. And he was, pretty much banished, which is something they refer to, in the movie, that Rasputin was banished. Even though he turns up to the Tsar and it's like, I'm back. And the Tsar's like, go away, we got rid of you, why are you here? Get the heck out of here. Words he just can't say on YouTube because of, how AdSense is, I guess. Not monetized yet, but, better practice there for the AdSense. But yeah, Rasputin was told by Tsar Nicholas, when he got back from the fighting, for a bit there, before he went back to the battlefront of World War One there for the Russians, told Rasputin, yeah, you're a holy man, stick to the church and the spiritual side, and whatever God in the Russian Orthodox Church, the Bible says, for you, that's your domain. Only there, you don't deal with government and politics. Kind of like, I hate to use a reference of separation of church and state, but in this case, in a monarchy, the affairs of church and state and government was the business of the Tsar, or I guess in this case, when Tsar Nicholas was away, was the Tsarita, Alexandra. But, Rasputin actually, in this movie, did not have a white bat. He actually had a cat that somebody tried to assassinate him, because he had enemies that did not like him and his lifestyle. With a bunch of these members of the aristocrats, you know, very adult themed kind of cult there. I'm not gonna go into that there. And that did cause a lot of scandals, especially his debauchery and his obscene behavior and, public indecency and stuff, especially around the Cells cult that was just pretty famous for, and pretty much always just being drunk, passed out drunk. Also, Rasputin never had a white bat named Baltok. He had that cat that I mentioned there. I don't know what name it was or whatever. I remember that from reading about the guy. The references of Rasputin selling his soul in the movie, black magic and sorcery for the magical reliquary to destroy the Roman elves. He did not really want to destroy them, I think. Uh, he had this prophecy that if he was banished and killed by the people of Russia, the Tsar would be fine. If he was killed by a member of the aristocrats, which is what really happened, he was killed by Prince Felix Yusupov, who murdered him and dumped his body in River Nova. After beating, clubbing, shooting, stabbing the guy, and after Rasputin ate pretty much the way to kill a full-blown African male elephant and probably ate off Hitler of laced, cyanide laced and spiked wine. Also laced or spiked with cyanide there of these cream cakes that Rasputin liked. They just ate a handful of and drank, and was like, he's not dead yet. Let's shoot him. Oh, he's not dead yet. Let's stab him. Oh, he's not dead yet. Let's club him. Oh my gosh, he's up and running and chasing us. Let's try to get rid of him. Eventually, they got rid of him when he tried to reach the gate of Prince Yusuf's palace before he's rolled up in a rug and dumped in Nova Ripple. And he did drown. And the autopsy of Rasputin was that he didn't die from all that stuff I just mentioned. He died from drowning. Just weird. He got shot, killed, stabbed, poisoned. Hitler, he just takes a cyanide capsule and shoots himself, and that's the end of the guy. What gives Adolf? He was an evilest guy, and he just did two little things, but I don't know what Rasputin has. The luck. Maybe evil. Maybe he's more evil than Hitler, I guess. But yeah, the references of black magic, yes, a lot of people did believe he was into that. I don't know if he was into that. But he is famous for his prophecy, I know, about the Tsar's family. The reliquary that he uses as a weapon or whatever is just more based off just Hollywood. Because no, they gotta get something and tell the history books and history professors and students to go F off and give something that's entertaining to the kids. So I guess Rasputin gets to be the villain. Yay. But, you know, um, yeah, and the next scene that I remember is that Hitler, not Hitler, sorry. I know I mentioned this guy, that obsession, I know. I make a lot of Hitler videos and I get a lot of likes on this stuff. And it's getting to the point of how am I gonna branch out? I'm wondering. But Rasputin, in the movie does, I guess, become like a member of the Walking Undead. And I guess that's reference all the stuff he was put through, I guess. Like he was just invincible. I guess if you were to explain to a kid the most easiest way would just tell him that he's a zombie, I guess. Like, yet again, F off the history books and the professors somehow throw the history books out the window with Hitler and the Nazis, I guess. Because they'll turn up a little bit later on in this thing, yo. Of why aren't they there in Germany in 1929? But yeah, Rasputin actually never in the movie has any connection to the Bolshevik Marxist revolution, which in the first place, it isn't the Bolsheviks that take over Russia. They come afterwards in 1917 when there was the Russian Revolution where they're storming the palace. And yes, they do actually topple a statue of the Tsar there. Uh, Rasputin has no connection to this whatsoever. So that in the movie is not historically accurate. He never tries to kill the Romanovs himself or drown in the process of doing that. So that's not even historically accurate. Also, the Rasputin never, I guess, into the history books from what I read, I guess definitely used demons. So they had those little minion demon things. That I don't know from research. But maybe there's a conspiracy theory out there, but I don't go into that stuff. Well, about the facts and the history on this channel on YouTube, it's kind of like the bastion of where the History Channel used to be until the old days of ancient aliens and hunting it. Destroyed our wonderful, beloved History Channel. But yeah, in the movie there is the Dmitri kid that does turn up in the ball, who's a servant or kitchen boy that uses the secret passageways in the palace from a secret door into Anastasia's bedroom to help Anastasia no muzzle her grandmother Devil Jumpers flee from the revolutionary soldiers. Like I said, 1917 revolution had the provincial government, and that was to be the thing that would before the Russian Revolution actually of the Bolsheviks turned up in 1918. They would turn up later. But originally, the Romanovs were not killed in the palace. They were first held on in is it their palace under house arrest and pretty much blocked constantly by guards there as prisoners in their own palace, their own home. Kind of like how we all felt during the pandemic, except we didn't have guards with guns watching us. We just had this invisible like thing that was like the Nazis just killing everyone. And then the Romanovs moved to Tobolsk, which is another Russian village in Siberia, and then moved by the Bolsheviks to the House of Special Purpose, where they were massacred. Uh, and so, like I said in the movie, bring back to the movie here. They had Anastasia falls while trying to grab onto her grandmother's hand and loses consciousness. And right now I'm gonna end with part 2 and go on to part 3. So this is Lisa Stayed here signing off, telling you everyone here on YouTube to become a subscriber to my YouTube channels of Lisa Stayed and Hitler Obsessed. Hit the notification bell to get updates when I upload things, notifications here on YouTube. Leave a comment on this video or any of the videos on my channels of Lisa State and Hitler Obsessed. Like this video or any of my videos on my YouTube channel of Lisa State and Hitler Obsessed. Donate to my Patreon. Donate to my Subscribestar. Go to bitchute.com to see my BitChute channel, my videos on my BitChute channel of Lisa Marie State. You can send me a friend request on Facebook.com on my Facebook account of Lisa Stade, or send me a comment on Lisa Stade. I will not support any catcalling or anything. God forbid, I only allow Adolf Hitler to do that. That's the only guy. Unless you're the actual Adolf Hitler, you can call me something. You can call me pretty. You can comment me on how good I look, how wonderful my eyes are. No, how wonderful my videos are. I love my ego being stroked a bit somehow. Not really, I'm not an egomaniac like a Hitler. But I'll leave you off and say bye now. I want to part 3 of this video.